Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Tennessee Titans. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through it. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They're led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former Oklahoma Sooner, Landry Jones.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down. And a peek now at the offense for Pittsburgh.
Antonio Brown just defies convention because when you look at his build, you see a slot receiver, a short, shifty guy, but he makes many of his plays on the outside part of the field like one of the taller, rangier receivers in the league. Excellent route runner, tremendous hands, and fantastic with the ball in his hands after the catch. Antonio Brown.
Throwing Jones. Sammy Coates, the intended target there. And it's third down. The starting defense for the Titans.
And the man in the spotlight for me for the Tennessee Titans defense is Jarrell Casey, their defensive tackle. Turning the Pro Bowl into a perennial visit, this guy knows how to get upfield, a penetrator, makes a lot of plays in the opposing backfield, and also is excellent in the community in the Nashville area. The Tennessee Titans, man of the year.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. And the third down pass falls incomplete. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And taken right on the 30. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. So here comes the Titans offense. They'll start with great field position. The veteran QB leading him out there in his 13th year now from USC. It's Matt Castle.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that. But he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. Now Castle. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Eric Decker, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. On the return, it's Niall Davis. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively. Now Jones operating from the gun. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And taken right at the 35. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. Would be ideal.
Rashard Matthews here on the catch. Past the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent. And they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 7 carries, 101 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with the football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. They'll go option to the short side. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
Suckup now set to kick it off following the made field goal. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. On 1st and 10, Jones. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Jurrell Casey. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here's Jones looking to throw on 2nd down. James has got it. Complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Jones on third down. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. And tough starting field position here. They go play action here on first down. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Castle. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Going deep here for Taylor. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now Brown. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we send you now to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, LR.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA halftime report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Steelers trail at home at halftime. The Titans have come in and looked good as the road team. And we'll just keep trying to play hard and maintain the lead going forward. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Now 1st and 10. Castle's got the completion here, and this play will go for 6. That puts them up by a touchdown. Titans have it near the end of 1. Matthews wide open, able to make the grab, and he'll be tackled down inside the 20 at the 17. Unfortunately, they would have to settle for just a field goal. So that'll do it for us. We'll go back now to Pittsburgh for the second half.
All right, Larry, these two teams back out there as we get set and ready for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Adoree Jackson on the return and spins away. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Goes underneath for Henry. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the fourth quarter. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. His pass caught at the 4. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Delaney Walker, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Extra point try now for Succop. No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Now here's Succop out to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. So far they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Now Jones. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. A good pick up there, 26 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. Sammy Coates has it complete. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Jones now on 1st and 10. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out.
Offense.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Here's Jones to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Sammy Coates, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step 1, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if you're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
We saw that Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big 2-point conversions. Jones operating from the gun. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the 4th quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a 1-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Titans are going to recover the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Out come the Titans now. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of wild double reverse or anything like that. But you do know that if anything does go haywire, you're still in control of this game.
I want a double reverse, don't you?
I'm just waiting for that day where we actually see something like that in this situation.
We'll see what happens here. Down carry for Henry. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. Again, it's Henry. And now running right through it. And he'll go down at at the 28. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. The Titans go victory formation as they take a knee. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. Again to Henry. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a third down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe to get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and we have it in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys
I'm a little skeptical
about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Titans, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh.